I got some clarifiers. So when cards just pop out like this, I leave them out. As long as it's not more than like 2 or 3 cards. So I have Judgment and the Moon. So just keep that in mind. Um,
Meanwhile, I have lots of swords, strength and passion. Well, sometimes like bravery. So here's my reading. This is what I see, and I kind of feel this way. A lot of people are going through a lot right now in terms of work, especially with layoffs or redundancies. There is, or maybe there has been shifts in work for you. Maybe you're trying to do something totally new, whether that is like going off on your own and being an entrepreneur, or maybe you are doing your own independent contracting work or something. But my problem card is the Ten of Swords. So you feel like you have reached rock bottom, whether that is like um, you maybe have experienced that like feeling of like being laid off, or maybe you were fired, or maybe you've changed into a different part of your job where it's something totally new and you feel kind of outside of your depth, like out of your depth with it. Um, and the obstacle is like you're kind of experiencing this like heartbreak. You're not sure, you're kind of depressed about it, not sure where to go from here. And trust me, I understand from my own experience how that can be like very much a self-consuming um, thought. And but I want to, this card is one of the most interesting cards for me, which is the Five of Shields, also the Five of Pentacles. Usually this is involved with like security and like finances and stuff like that. And if you have experienced, or you know, this again, this is really makes me think work or whatever for this reading, or maybe you know, just your own livelihood. But the Five of Shields, it looks like you have these two destitute people in the background, and they look like they've just been through a hardship and they're not going to be included. But there are these people in front that are, you know, around a fire and having communion and being together and prosperous. I think what you need to look for is just knowing that this is a temporary state. There is that communion right around the corner, those helps, those guides. Just need to turn around and get close to those people and ask for help, and you are going to receive some of that support that you need.
Interesting. Yeah, I think Leos, or the Leos that we're speaking to, since these are general readings, there are some challenges going on. My reading was interesting because the clarifiers were all, and you can see in my deck, darker cards, meaning a lot of introspection, shadow work. I know I've recently done some shadow work, and it's hard. It's hard stuff, but it makes, you know, once you get past that. For me, I had a long term relationship that I thought I had, you know, moved past, but it kept coming up in my thoughts and my dreams. And so for me, that was my shadow work, was I needed to figure out what was it about that relationship that I still needed to process in order to move on. Because when you're holding on to that um, negativity, which can be hard to even find that you're holding on to that, for me, it comes up in dreams, and I'm like, why am I still dreaming about my ex? So that for me is shadow work. Um, so some shadow work going on. Interestingly, because you know Leos are fire. Queen of Wands is about confidence, and Page of Wands is some opportunity, and you're kind of, perhaps there's something, a test or something that is making you question your confidence, question whether you're as financially stable as you hoped you are. Um, I had King of Pent. I pulled a clarifier for this Page of Wands and Five of Wands, and got King of Pentacles. So also um, some possible finance things. So, Leo, I think you might be sort of questioning yourself, have some insecurities. Um, and we were talking about the strength card. So, Leo is all about strength. I think you're questioning how strong you are right now. With the Five of Wands, you're wanting to draw upon that strength, but maybe there's a situation and it's some, like I was saying with shadow work, it's something that just hits really close to home, a little too close to home for you. We here at Tarot Girlies, we really recommend therapy as a safe space. You know, find a licensed therapist to, if you can. There's also sometimes free support groups in your area that you can look up if you can't afford therapy, because some of this stuff you do need help to sort of process. But in the end, you can get to that stability, and that confidence is just sort of facing that shadow side. So this is for Virgo for the week of March 15th.
Kay has often made fun of me thinking that I am a Virgo.
I say that because Jesse only Jesse only can watch a show or read a book if the main character is a very good person. And that to me is a very Virgo thing.
So I might be a prude. Okay.
Okay, so for your problem, you have Page of Swords. Obstacle is Six of Cups and the Tower. Your resolution, we have Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to pull a clarifier for I'm going to pull clarify for Page of Swords.
Wait, did you get Page of Swords too?
Yeah, did you also get Page of Swords?
Yes.
For which position?
Your problem?
Yes.
Problem. Oh my god!
Virgo! Well, I'm pulling a clarifier, so let's see. Because I'm like, I get it, there's a conflict, but what is it about? All right, so I had to pull clarify because we know Page of Swords, which is funny, Jesse also got as the problem. We know Page of Swords is about a conflict. Seven of Cups can indicate possibly deception, or you just feel deceived. You feel like someone's hiding something. I'm not going to say romance, but there are a lot of cups, which are emotions. So it could be a relationship. It could be you're fighting with your bestie, which me and Jesse are not about that. In your obstacle, you have this card can be romantic daydreaming. And then the Tower is sort of that big moment that can not force but make you see that there's some change needed. And then Ten of Pentacles, which is really beautiful for your resolution. So that's all about financial stability or just the physical aspects. What Taurus is considered stability. So safety, security, a strong marriage. Taurus is love. We like grounded security. So I would say that if I'm looking at this in a romantic sense, there might be some sort of conflict at home, and perhaps you're in one of those situations where you'd love to leave, but there's some financial constraints. Maybe you want to move. And yes, always daydream. I'm all about daydreaming. Vision boards, Jesse knows my vision board. So this one is very much Six of Cups is all about our vision boards, and you can get there, definitely. So what did you get, Jesse?
Similar to what you're talking about, it seems like I'm feeling like this might be surrounding a relationship of some sort, or maybe it's a friend or something like that. And that it is asking you to take the leap and say, hey, maybe it's time for a change. Like this person isn't serving you anymore. because right now it seems like there is an obstacle in your way, and maybe you're daydreaming of some new lands you want to go through. And I pulled so I guess I should say, since Kay, you can't see this, I pulled Page of Swords in problem, which we both received. My obstacle is the Death card. And then there's King of Cauldrons in my resolution. So, yeah. So it seems like whoever this person in your life is, they may not be serving you like they should be. And it's okay to say no and to take a step back and maybe have that sort of metaphorical death, like you need a change. And maybe you're afraid of taking that leap, which is why, like, maybe in your heart of hearts, maybe this travel card is indicating, like, hey, I've known for a while this isn't serving me anymore and it's time to move on. And you've been afraid of that obstacle is the death of saying no, of changing position. Maybe you've grown comfortable in a relationship, but it's no longer fitting your puzzle for the rest of your life anymore. Like, the pieces aren't aligning. So maybe it's time to move forward and maybe actually take that leap instead. And in the resolution, there does seem to be some sort of figure who will come out of the woodwork, whoever they may be, who does offer something more substantial to you at the end, whether that is, it could be more emotional fulfillment than what is actually being served for you right now in your current relationship, whoever that may be, whether a friend or a partner. So please don't be afraid of the death. I'm oftentimes a little bit excited to see the death card, because that means that there is a change coming up. And, I usually think it's more of a metaphorical one. That means that there is room for growth. Well, we hope you've liked what you've seen today at Tarot Girlies for the week of March 15th, March 16th. We really would love all of your feedback and constructive criticism. But this was Kay and Jesse. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you soon.